We're now onto one of the most exciting bits, and this is where we get to get out of those hay bale areas or wherever the hell you are and choose a nice big city map. A city is pretty damn important here, okay? So, for step number 1, what I want you to do is start flying within a city map that has got some massive buildings around the place, and just pick one and start traveling towards it. Start to figure out what it's actually like to not just fly in one direction and go the next. I want you to go, I'm going to go towards this building here. And you can see the building that I'm traveling towards. I'm pitching forward, I am adjusting my throttle, I know that I'm traveling in that direction, but I'm also going to hit it, and I don't want to hit it. So we're going to slow down, we're going to make all of the adjustments that we need to. So we're going to turn, we're going to use the yaw, the roll, everything, the pitch. And I just want you to make these massive, big, slow movements around the place and make your way around some buildings. So it doesn't matter if it looks rough. It doesn't matter if it's not smooth and looking nice and cool. I just want you to be able to figure out that, oh, this here, when I turn like this and I match the turn with my roll and pitch, I'm going to travel in this direction. I'm going to go around this building. Okay? So I just want you to be traveling around, flying around in a city map, and if you don't have a city map, just choose something that has got some massive big obstacles around the place. Because as you can see, it's taken me nearly an entire minute to just get around this one building, and that is okay. All I want you to be doing is flying around, using buildings as some big giant posts to fly around, and just try your absolute best to figure out how to get from point A to point B, what you need to use, what controls, what adjustments you need to make to be able to get the drone from point A to point B. And don't try and get too frustrated either. Look, it's going to be a bit frustrating. Don't try and take any tiny gaps. Even this would be considered quite a tight gap, and you may not be able to do this just yet. That's okay. Try and use the big space, the big buildings as your main fly around go-to areas. Then once you've done this for a while, step 2 is going to take us over to picking another building. You can see the one that I'm flying towards in the distance there, right? I need you to be flying your way over there. And this step is where we're actually going to bring ourselves to a stop and hover at one of the buildings. So I'm going to bring the drone over to the building, and I'm actually going to need to start to slow down reasonably early because the drone doesn't just stop the second that you start to pitch back. You can see we're still going towards the building even though it doesn't really feel like we should be, but we are. So I want you to bring yourself nice and close to the building, as close as you possibly can get without hitting it, and where you actually feel confident as well. And then I just want you to hover there for about 5 seconds. And it's pretty important to just be hovering and try and keep that position in the same place, not be gliding around too much, but obviously a little bit of movement is totally okay. This is an FPV drone, not a DJI drone. Then once you've done your 5-second hover, step number 3 is to go and find a place to land. And to do this, we're going right back to the first lesson that we did, and we're just taking things super slowly. So obviously, you're going to need to pitch forward and go and find yourself a nice place to land. As you get closer to that point, you need to slow yourself down by pitching back, all the while controlling your throttle and slowly lowering yourself down to the ground, right? And then as you get nice and close, you're going to get nice and close to the ground and then fully cut off that throttle so that you land the drone completely, like so. And that, my friends, is how you land a drone. Good job.